like I said, the first year I did this, we were going to the hardware store.
There's a half-inch wrench.
What's the guy's name that owns the...
Try and leave some this side for
November 7 station. Sorry, I missed the last part. QSL, Victor Papa November, you are 5-9 Whiskey Alpha Sierra November Oscar. QSL, thank you so much, 7-3.
That's a good one.
Awesome,
Yeah.
very cool, it's a good one. CQ7QP, Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey calling, CQ7QP.
Station calling, come again. Roger, roger, have Whiskey Bravo 6, Romeo Charlie Kilo, have you 5-9 into Washington, SNO. Roger, roger, thank you, good luck.
Roger, we are Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey, and I copy from you Oscar Romeo Lima Alpha November. Is that correct, QSL? Thank you, and you too. You take care. 73.
Hello, I'm James, amateur radio call sign WA7JNJ, here at the Snohomish County Hams Club 7QP event. Here in Lake Stevens, Washington, it's about 8:30 or so in the morning. We've made around 60 contacts in the first 2.5 hours, so doing pretty well, at least versus the last few years where we haven't made as many contacts. I know the bands died early last year, so at least fun to kick things off. Wanted to walk you around and show you the event and the setup today. It's the same setup we do for field day, and so we'll show off there a little bit and then also share some of the experiences as we go through the day. So thanks for joining and watching, and hope you enjoy the day as we have fun with 7QP. I'd like to start off by sharing our antenna setup today. We've got 3 antennas, a fan dipole for 80, 40, and 20 meter, and then a 4-element beam up on the tower, and then a hex beam antenna. So for the fan dipole, we have a pole set up against the fence here and strapped to that. So one end of the fan dipole is attached to that, and the other end is attached to the tower. Our next antenna is a Cushcraft 4-element beam antenna, and it's mounted on the club trailer and crank-up antenna mast. The antenna is set up for at least 20, 50 meter, and 10 meter, and we've got the coax feeding into the tent. There is a line of coax for VHF and UHF. We're just setting up the HF today. And we've also got the wire going into a tent with the rotator as well. So the rotator that sits atop the tower, we've got the control in the tent. So that is our beam antenna, pretty awesome to have set up here. Let's move on to the hex beam. And the hex beam is our third antenna that we've got set up. So Tim brings that and sets that up, and that's got 20 meter and a bunch of other bands that I'll have to probably annotate here in a minute. Well, why don't we go in the tent? I'll show you where the coax comes into and how we've got set up to split the signals and the antennas out to the radios. All right, we're at the panel here for where the HF signal comes in. And so this wire here comes in from our tower antenna, goes through the HF triplexer, and then we've got filters for 20 meter, 15 meter, and 10 meter. The wires then go into the box, and so we can choose the band that we want. And I'll go in there in just a sec. The fan dipole is coming in through a triplexer as well for 20 meter, 40, and 80 meter. And then again, there's these little attachments here that we can adjust our stations depending on the frequency, the band that we want. At the very top, we've got our station set up to the different parts. So station 1's at the far end of the tent right now. Station 2 is in the middle of the tent, and so the station 2 is on the 40 meter band, and station 1 is on the 15 meter band. And then our hex beam is set up with our other station. Here's a quick look at the way that we log contacts. This is our laptop set up to be the main one, and then everything else is linked to this. We use N3FJP, and we've got the other stations linked as well. So you can see that we've made, it looks like 68 contacts so far, or 67, 68, and just track how we're doing throughout the day. The main thing that you learn when you're setting up is when we're starting up the stations in the morning, make sure that we start this laptop up first, and then we don't have any issues with linking the other stations. Here's a quick look at one of our stations. This is station number 1 right now, set up for CW on 15 meters. Randy was here a few minutes ago making contacts. But again, we've got a laptop at each station running N3FJP. We've got two 7300 radios that are part of the club. There's a little audio jack there, so we can have multiple headphones set up and just make it easier for folks. We've got some cheaper club headphones, or folks will bring their nice ones as well, just to have audio set up. What we'll do when more folks come is we'll have an operator and then usually somebody doing logging to make it easier and split it out. So that is a real quick look at one of our stations. The only other thing to mention is that we use a Honda generator to power everything, and so that keeps us going really well with the stations that we have set up. I think that was the main part of our setup. Hope you enjoyed a quick walkthrough. Again, any questions, please post them in the comments. Happy to answer them. And again, you're always welcome to come to our next field day event, which is going to happen in June. We do our 7QP next year. So let's get back to the event, try and make some more contacts and see how the day goes.
CQ 7QP. This is Whiskey Alpha 7 Lima Alpha Whiskey. Whiskey Alpha Sierra November Oscar. You are 59 QSO.
I'll call you when I get halfway back there, or when I leave Everett. I'll call you.
That's great. Thank you so much. Great to work you again. So 73 and.
CQ, this is Whiskey Alpha 7 Lima Alpha Whiskey.
It's kind of fun. I do that a lot. It's fun.
Arts and math.
When they have the arts fair.
Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey.
Headphones and no fishing.
Receiving, transmitting. Oh, that was you, huh? Upgraded CD. 411.
CQ7QP, Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey, CQ7QP.
Okay.
Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey. There's a lot of people trying to hit him.
At least he's a lot clearer, so
Yeah.
that's good.
CQ7QP.
7-3, thanks. Alright. Got one out of California.
CQ7QP. Alpha Charlie 7, Radio X-Ray, you were 5-9, Whiskey Alpha Sierra November Oscar. CQ7QP, Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey.
Folks are having dinner now.
K3WA California.
Is that? Hey, folks are having dinner now. No, maybe.
You're just now answering.
Nevada STO.
It's good.
Got it. Just keep tracking along.
QSL 5-9, Whiskey Alpha Sierra November Oscar. Don, great to hear you. This is James. Doing great. Wanted to catch you real quick and fun to hear you out there. We've got 259 contacts, so a whole lot better. Probably the best we've done in years.
What's that old expression? A stitch in time saves nine.
Oh, there we go.
We're getting so close to 300 contacts. We're about 290, so, and it's 8 o'clock at night, 4 more hours. Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey calling CQ7QP.
Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey. I think I just made it okay.
All right, very cool, very cool. Well, I'll go ahead and tell you you're 5-9 and Whiskey Alpha Sierra November Oscar, but I think you already knew that. Where exactly in Skagit County are you? Well, that's cool. We're here in Mosquito Junction. Actually, it's not that bad. Mosquitoes were bad last night a little bit, but we got everything put up and it's going real well. I just got on 80 meters again, and I think it's finally going to liven up. Well, you guys too. And, do you have any idea? Are they on 80? Kilo Delta 7, Juliet Bravo. That's a very familiar voice. How's it going, Jim?
CQ7QP, Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey calling
QSO
CQ7QP.
5-9, Whiskey Alpha Sierra November Oscar. Looks like you got a message from Jill.
CQ7QP, Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey.
We're doing pretty good. We've got 307 contacts so far. We're running 3. Looks like we've got 80, 40, and I'm not sure what. Yeah, let me check what the other one's doing. What's he doing over there?
He's on 20 still.
20?
On 20 still, yeah.
80, 40, and 20. What do you got for an antenna and a rig over there?
Well, good morning. It's Sunday morning early, a little bit before 7 o'clock, and here to take down our setup, hopefully before the rain gets going too much here this morning. Before I want to start, just wanted to say thank you so much for Tim kind of being our coordinator by default. Again, all the work that went into making this happen is much appreciated. I know you've done that for the last couple of years and been a key part of our club and helping with that, so thank you, Tim. Anyone interested in helping coordinate, there's always opportunities for that. We've got field day coming up and there's manuals and everything to help. So just thank you for everyone who came out to help set up, who's gonna come to help take down today. Folks who helped new people on the air yesterday, sitting with them and making phone calls to make sure folks were aware of the event, and just for Michael, spending the night for 2 nights here to make sure our spot was safe. Just thank you for everyone. I'm sure I missed, but thank you to everyone who helped for this event. We operated yesterday for about 16 hours, from 6 o'clock in the morning till 10 o'clock at night. All 3 stations were active pretty much most of the day, so that was really great to see the use and a lot more involvement than maybe we've seen the last couple of years. My first goal for the event was to make more than 100 contacts yesterday. We hadn't quite done that the last couple of years for a few reasons, weather or bands or just other things. And I know in years past we had done around 400 contacts. So excited to report we had 336 contacts with 43 states, 4 of the Canadian provinces. We had 4 DX, including, Brazil, Hungary, Italy, and then our last contact of the night to France. So great to make some of those contacts for DX as well. We hit 88 of the 171 counties within the 7th call area. So overall felt like we did really great, and at least getting on the air and making contacts yesterday, and the bands were pretty good. The next main goal was just getting folks out excited about ham radio, making their first HF contacts, seeing what it's like to set up an event. And just a few examples. I know our first night setting up, great to see someone to smile at the end of the night, seeing it for a big setup like this for the first time, and just the excitement there. I know seeing folks who were making their first contacts yesterday on HF really makes it all worthwhile, and even folks that had almost the same passion like I had my first year at 7QP, where you come back and you just want to sit on the radio and make contacts. And so seeing people's confidence grow over the years and just gaining experience is what an event like this is all about. So thank you for all those who came out and taken steps in your ham radio journey, and really hope it helped encourage you for that. Thank you for those who are watching this video. Appreciate that. Hope it helped to see our club event, a little bit of the video and what it looks like from our setup, to walk you through that. If you do have any questions, please add a comment or question in the comments below. And I'll do the standard YouTube, if you like and subscribe, that's great. It's always appreciated to help the channel. But really this was about getting folks out and getting folks excited, and so I hope it inspires you in your ham radio journey. If you want more information about our club, it's WA7LAW.org, Whiskey Alpha 7, Lima Alpha Whiskey.org. And all information about our events, our club meetings and locations, our testing that we do once a month, and other events, just a great spot to go for information. So I want to make sure that is there for you as a resource. Hope to see you in a future meeting or event. We've got Field Day coming up. That's going to be our next major event next month in June. And again, thanks for watching, and thanks for everyone who came out to help. 73 WA7 J&J.